Okanagan. West Virginia may not be the Sunshine State, but today we're at the Sunshine School. Join me as we learn about some of the teachers here at Spring Mills Primary, the first green school in Berkeley County, on this edition of Be the Difference, West Virginia. We're here in Sonja Waters' first grade classroom here at Spring Mills Primary. Hi Sonja, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Tell me a little about yourself.
I am a 13-year teacher for Berkeley County Schools. This is my 4th year teaching 2nd grade. Prior to teaching 2nd grade, I taught 1st grade for 9 years. I am a married mother of 2. My husband and I have been married for 20 years, and we have 2 children. Both of our children attend Berkeley County Schools, and this is my 2nd career.
So you mentioned this was your 2nd career, so how did you become a teacher? What led you into teaching?
Well, I started out, after graduation from high school, I started out as a hairstylist. My passion at the time, at age 17, was to become a hairstylist. I thought that that would be a lifelong career for me. However, as I eased my way through that diploma, receiving that cosmetology diploma and testing for the state board, I decided I would work as a hairstylist full-time, making myself more and more aware that there were people of other professions coming into the salon, and I was intrigued by those people, those clients of mine, who were teachers, former educators, administrators, and as well as the clients, as well as family members. The family that I married into happens to be a family of teachers, administrators as well, and I was fascinated and, as I said, intrigued with their career and what they could do for others, how they could serve the public, how they could make a difference in the lives of others.
So tell me a little about your classroom. What do you do to get your students excited about learning?
Well, I first start with myself. I think I'm a pretty high energy person. I think I'm very excited and enthused about what I do each and every day. I bring that to the classroom with me. And as I teach each subject, because we are multi-subject teachers, I bring into each subject something that I can connect with my students, whether it be through song, which I do enjoy. I enjoy reading stories, reading poems. I enjoy singing a short chorus from a song that might make the child take an interest and get excited or a little bit intrigued as well, just the same as I feel, toward different subjects. And because I bring it with me, I feel I can impart that on their lives and get them as enthused and excited as I am. It is difficult. However, at times it's almost it's unbelievable to see how enthused with me becoming excited about what I'm teaching. It wears off, it carries through on them. It impacts their lives the same and builds their interests.
So what do you think is one of the most important things your students learn in your classroom?
The students in my classroom, I think one of the most important things may not be subject materials, math, science, reading, social studies. I think more importantly, I teach my students to have self-respect, to have compassion for others, to treat others as they would want to be treated, and most importantly to persevere and to always value who they are and to accept and be tolerant of others. I think that is probably one of the most important things that I feel that I instill and I try to teach and express to my students through my actions and through what I do teach in any subject. I try to bring that out throughout each and every subject I teach, to be understanding with those who maybe learn differently, may learn in a faster pace, may learn with much more difficulties, but to accept them and be tolerant, kind, and patient.
So if you could clear one misconception for the public about what it's like to be a teacher, what would it be?
I think for the misconceptions that our public may have of teaching, I know most people would say it is that teachers have the summers off, that teachers have evenings and weekends, and that teachers have a pretty easy lifestyle. Well, as a mother, as a wife first, as a mother, and as a Berkeley County school teacher, I feel that it is expected of me to fulfill each and every daily duty that I can to the best of my abilities with 100% effort at my best. I think that many people believe that those summers are spent leisurely, relaxing by the poolside, and for many of us, we believe, if we truly feel that we are educators in lifelong learning that starts at birth and continues until the time we leave this world. And I think that at any age we can continue to learn and we can relearn. I feel that a misconception with this is that the evenings and weekends we're out enjoying ourselves, whether we choose to take cooking classes or what have you. If we choose to have sports that we are take a part of, we are enjoying our lives as best as we can. However, there is quite a bit of work, several hours on the weekends and hours in the evenings each evening. And some of us take our work to the ball field, some of us take the work to different activities that are extracurricular activities with our children. But I think a misconception would be that teachers have an easier job or have an easier life because we don't take things home with us. And I would have to say that most of my work is done at home for planning and preparation to make sure that these children are getting what they need for themselves based on what the standards and objectives are for the state that we're required to teach. So
We're here now in Kelly Montgomery's kindergarten classroom. Hi Kelly, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you. And you?
I'm good. Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, my name's Kelly Montgomery. I'm from Hagerstown, Maryland. I live there with my husband and 3 children. My children are 15, 17, and 19. My oldest is actually attending college right now, hoping to become a teacher. My son, who's in the middle of the 2 girls, is a senior, and he's not sure what he's going to do yet, but probably junior college will be the route that he takes. And then my youngest is in 10th, and she's our songbird around the house. My husband and I enjoy her singing, but her brother and sister have to hide out in their bedrooms when she gets on the piano.
So how long have you taught?
I've been teaching for 15 years,
Wow.
and I've had kindergarten the whole time.
So what made you decide to become a teacher?
Well, ever since I was young, I always thought I might like to teach, and I used to play school in my basement with a big chalkboard and my brother, and he was a very good student, very obedient. So I always thought that I might like to do it, and my mom and dad always encouraged my brother and myself to work hard in school. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I remember her always reading to us at an early age. She screened what we watched. We were allowed to watch certain things like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the Electric Company. She wanted us to, watch educational things. My dad, who is a smart man, is a carpenter, but unfortunately he never graduated from high school. So he also emphasized the importance of an education. So I guess I could say I went into teaching because I value learning and I value education, and also because I love to help people. But again, I didn't initially go into teaching. I initially worked for a credit card company for about 10 years, and it wasn't until I had my own children that I got the confidence to say, oh, I think maybe I could actually be a teacher, because my family had such high regard for teachers. I thought it was something that was probably not reachable for me. But when I got my own children, I really loved helping them learn and watching them grow, and I guess they gave me the confidence that I needed. So I went back to school while working at the credit card company to get my degree in teaching.
So you teach kindergarten, and it's their very first year of school. So what are some of your favorite things about teaching kindergarten, being that very first teacher that they ever have?
Well, one advantage I think is because I am the first, a lot of things are new to them, and to me it's exciting to be the first one to introduce something to them. Usually each year I will bring in monarch caterpillars just because I do like bugs, and we will usually hatch some monarchs here in the classroom, and that fits into science, observing the creatures. I had a little trouble this year, and of course it is the West Virginia state butterfly, but there was kind of a shortage on monarchs this year. There was plenty of milkweed, plenty of poison ivy, but it was hard to actually find the caterpillars. But I did find a few, and we hatched some. And it's so exciting when the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis. One year I remember the kids actually erupted with applause, like, it had done a magnificent trick. So I really like that a lot of things are new to them, and they just get really excited.
What do you think is one of the most important things they learn in kindergarten?
One of the most important things I hope to teach them, aside from what we actually are required to teach in terms of the Common Core standards, is that each person is important and valuable. Everybody is different and has their own unique gifts to offer. So I'm hoping to instill confidence in them and also let them know that they can do whatever they want to do. All they have to do is work hard, and they'll have plenty of choices when they grow up.
So, what do you think, if you could pick one misconception that other people may have about being a teacher or teaching young children, what would it be? What would you want to clear up for people?
Well, when I worked at the credit card company, I once overheard a person say something about teaching, and she said, "Oh, that's just glorified babysitting." And actually, I don't know if a lot of people do have that misconception, but if you care and work hard, like most of the people that I've worked with, it's not just babysitting. It's not playtime. I mean, you can play games, and I like to play games because, you know, it helps the kids learn in a fun way, but it's a lot of hard work. It's rewarding work. A lot of the work, even though we don't really have papers like in the higher grades to take home and, you know, grade, we have paperwork that we take home, report cards, lesson plans. Usually Saturday mornings I'm working out my lesson plans for the week. So it's hard work, it's rewarding work, but it's not babysitting.
That's all for this edition of Be the Difference West Virginia. Join me next time as we learn more about the teachers in wild, wonderful West Virginia. Until then, this is Erin Spinagle reminding you to be different, but more importantly, be the difference. I'll see you soon.